Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you are tuning in. This is Unapologetically me, featuring me. No special guest, just me. Okay, you guys, I gotta talk about this. The Roberta Laundrie letter. My. I had to share this. I had to throw it out there as soon as I saw it. As soon as I saw that it was released to the public. I don't know when, how, nothing. I just know that it's here, and I fact-checked it, and sure as hell, it's real. So we haven't talked about the GABBY Petito case in a very, very, very long time, but many of you know that there is a civil lawsuit going on between Gabby's family and Bryan's family. We all know about the Bryan letter that was found, but there was another letter that was written by Roberta Laundrie to Bryan. Roberta Laundrie being Bryan's mother. And it was just ruled the other day that it would be used as evidence in court. Therefore, it became public record. So this isn't going to be a long one. This is going to be a pretty short video. I just want to read the letter to you, and I'm going to let you decide what you think about it. Of course, I will give my opinion on what I think about it after I'm done reading it. So here we go. I just want you to remember, I will always love you, and I know you will always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us, no matter what we do or where we go or what we say. We will always love each other. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. If you fly to the moon, I will be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts. Remember that love is a verb, not a noun. It is not a thing. It's not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. Then she put a quote from Romans 8:38. Therefore, I am certain that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below. Nothing in the entire created world can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, nor messengers of heaven, nor monarchs of earth. Nothing has the power to separate us. And then she put in parentheses her little take on this Bible verse. Nothing can separate us. Not hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not even sin. Not the thinkable or unthinkable can get between us. She goes on to write, not time, not miles and miles and miles. Okay, take a second. I know that's a lot to digest. Comment down below, pause the video, comment down below. What are you thinking right now? Before you even hear my opinion, what are you thinking? What do you think about what was said in this letter? Now remember, this letter was put in an envelope, and on the front of that envelope, it said, burn after reading. So this letter was supposed to be a, dispose after you read it kind of letter. Get rid of it. It's evidence. It can be used in evidence in court. So you might want to burn it when you're done reading it. But I want you to know it from mother to son, right? Well, Gabby Petito's family now have a copy of this letter. Attorneys for both sides argued in a Sarasota County, Florida courtroom Wednesday over whether the letter is relevant to the lawsuit brought on by Gabby Petito's parents against Bryan Laundrie's parents and the Laundrie's former attorney, which we all remember that sleazeball, don't we? Mr. Stephen Bertolino. To refresh your memory about the lawsuit, the Petitos sued the Laundries for emotional distress in connection with their daughter's death while traveling to the western United States with Bryan Laundrie, who was her fiance at the time. If you're unfamiliar completely with the case, both Gabby and Bryan went for van life out on the road. Bryan ended up coming home after a few weeks of being gone and after a very public domestic incident involving police that, in my opinion, was completely mishandled. And unfortunately, it was handled the way many domestic situations are handled, where the woman looks batshit crazy because the man is so calm, cool, and collected when the police get there, that the woman appears to look to have lost her mind. If the female fights back and that male has marks on him, he can easily say that she's the aggressor, and that's exactly what ended up happening with Gabby Petito. And I just want to stop and say real quick, that infuriates me to an infinite level, because I have been in relationships just like that. Thank goodness I am not in a relationship like that now, but I remember what it was like to reach my limit and finally get the balls, usually with the help of alcohol, to call police. And I was the one who was arrested. Fun fact, the more you know, huh? Anyway, Gabby's remains were found at Wyoming's Teton National Forest in September of 2021. And her death was ruled a homicide by manual strangulation. Bryan did end up taking his own life, but before he did, he wrote in a notebook that he was responsible for her death. Although I have a video about that. I'll try to go back and find it so I can link it up at the top right here, but it was obviously a very long time ago. But in that letter, he pretty much pussed out and basically described it as a mercy killing after she was injured while hiking. Like, seriously, dude, you're gonna end your life and you're not at least going to tell the truth? And now we have this letter, which proves what many of us have believed this entire time, that Roberta Laundrie has stood by her son knowing that he committed this act, and not only stood by her son, she stood behind him in a way that was not only illegal, but immoral. And yet she's quoting Bible verses. Romans 8:38 is what she refers to. Where in Romans 8:38, or anywhere in Romans or the entire Bible, does it say it's okay for people to take the lives of others because they don't believe they love them properly, or because they're angry? Look, I'm a mom. You guys know it by now. I go on about my children all the time. I love my daughters more than life itself, and I too would do anything for my children. But one of the responsibilities as a parent is to teach your children what is right and what is wrong. If your child does something wrong, you can absolutely stand behind them and help them make it right, no matter how bad it is. And of course, you're going to tell your children that you're going to help them through this. But you're also going to tell your children or your child that what they did was a terrible, horrible, awful thing, and that they are going to be punished for it. It's like kindergarten class for parents of convicts, I swear. And I just talked about this in the video I put out the other day with the Tristan Bailey case and Aiden Fucci. I don't like to blame parents for what their children have done, because they're not always responsible for it in any direct way. And I'm not trying to say Roberta Laundrie is responsible for Bryan's actions, but she certainly is responsible for helping him cover up what he did and not take accountability for his actions. I grew up Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I no longer consider myself Catholic, but I do believe in God. I'm not super familiar with the Bible, but I do know about the Bible. Again, I went to Catholic school. I went to church every Sunday, sometimes Saturday nights as well. And I could go into why I don't identify as Catholic anymore, but that would be an entirely different video. There is nowhere in the Bible that says it's okay to kill someone and not serve the punishment for it. There's nowhere in the Bible that says it's okay to sin and not pay a price. If you want to be forgiven and you want salvation, you take accountability for what you did, you sincerely apologize for it, and you do better. Catholicism would tell us that once we've committed a crime like this, we're damned to hell. There is no saving us. But that is not what it says in the Bible. When you screw up, it is not the end for you. And I wish I would have known this when I was much younger. But I'm veering off topic again, starting to ramble. Okay, I think what I was trying to say when I'm saying that it's not the end for you if you do something like this. As a parent, you would tell your child, look, you took someone's life. This is bad. This is horrible. We're going to try to help you. Okay? First things first, we need to call a lawyer, and then we're going to get your butt down to the police station, and we're going to tell them what happened. And you're going to be honest, and you're going to tell the truth. And then whatever punishment you are given, you are going to deal with. My opinion on this letter. I first want to talk about how she says this $1 million statement of, if you need to hide a body, I will bring the shovel and bags. She knew. We all knew she knew from the moment Bryan came home without Gabby Petito that something had happened to Gabby. I can only assume that this letter was written maybe before he confessed to her, but that this letter is possibly the catalyst that opened up that line of communication of what really happened to Gabby and why she didn't come back with Bryan. But she didn't need him to open up to her. She already knew because she knew her son. Remember, Gabby and Bryan lived with the Laundries before they went and took this road trip and decided to live out of their van and do this whole van life experience. They lived with the Laundries. How much do you want to bet that Bryan got physical with Gabby while inside that house before? And whose side, especially after reading this letter, do you think Roberta Laundrie took? She never held him accountable for his actions, ever. In my opinion, this letter gave Bryan a way out, in every sense of the word, out. In my opinion, and my understanding of this letter, Roberta is telling her son that not only will she help him do anything she can to keep him out of jail, she'll also do anything she can to get him out of jail. And as sick as this may sound, I almost feel like she's alluding to, even if you take your own life, that's okay. We'll still be together. Even if you run away, it's okay. We'll still be together. Basically giving him any opportunity to get away with this crime. She knows Bryan's going somewhere because all she talks about in this letter is that she will never be separated from him. So it's okay to do whatever you need to do, sweetie, mommy's here, kind of thing. It was brought up in court that these were criminal acts suggested by Roberta Laundrie, and therefore it would be used in court. So there you have it. What we always knew has now been validated. What do you think? What is your opinion? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.